Hey guys, how are you? Well, tomorrow is, or today actually, because it's already late, is the Tour de France, stage one. So I'm already pretty excited. Of course, getting up early to watch this stage. Um, Went out riding again today, did about 25 miles, windy and hard for me, of course. Um, but I made it, so this is the third day in a row. So maybe tomorrow I'll have a break, but I'll continue um, my challenge on Sunday, right? And I just wanted to give you a little preview of a stage one of the 2019 Tour de France with my prediction of the winner. Of course, as I said before, in my stage one, two, three preview, the Tour de France Stage 1, the Grand Depart starts in Belgium this year. And of course, tiny roads. There's going to be a lot of things, a lot of roundabouts, a lot of crazy turns, um, a lot of half roundabouts too. There's going to be a crazy amount of fans drinking also on the road. So, there might be, issues with the fans as well. There's always different things that you can't expect in Belgium because the roads are really tiny. Um, there's going to be a lot of kind of like ins and outs. So there's going to be a lot of like a wide road, right? Leading outside of the town into a small turny road past the square, right? So that's going to be a lot of kind of like a narrowing of the road from one or two lane to very tiny one lane older road. So that's going to create a lot of issues. Um, the weather looks actually pretty good for Belgium tomorrow, but I'm expecting a carnage, right? There's going to be a lot of crashes. Everybody's going to want to be in a position for the sprint to grab the yellow jersey. There's going to be no prologue, right? So everybody's nervous. The sprinter teams are going to line up for the sprint to bring their fast men up front. But the problem is that so will the GC teams, right, for their GC favorites. So that'll cause issues, right? Early on, we have two climbs known from Tour de Flandre, right? We have the Moor and we have the Bosberg. Um, there's a third uncategorized climb coming about 30 kilometers after, but all of this is just way too far away from the finish. Now, the finish, though, is very interesting because I was looking at the profile uh, and looking at this profile, it doesn't look like there's a little sting in the last kilometer. But what's really interesting is that last kilometer, when you look at it, the last 500 yards are actually uphill. The question is whether this will and how this will affect a pure sprinter, right? I'm looking at it and it looks not too steep. Um, it goes in 500 meters, it goes from about 30 meters to 52 meters. So it would be about a 3% maybe slope, right? 3.5%. But this may affect or may not affect the really pure sprinters. So that's going to be interesting. There's a Cobbles section too coming up early in the stage. So there's like a, there's all kinds of conditions that it would make for a very difficult race. And I'm expecting, as usual, a lot of crashes. And hopefully all the favorites will get through unscratched and we can actually see everybody compete. As for the winners, right? Um, Boy, I am expecting the German supergun machine to win this stage. I mean, he's coming from a great line historically, from a great line of German powerhouse sprinters, right? Eric Zabel, right, and that was changed by Andrew by Greipel, all right, and now you've got the young German guy, and I cannot ever pronounce his name. I'm gonna take a look at it. So his name is, where's Jumbo? Jumbo, 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 jumbo. Jumbo, 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 jumbo. Looking for jumbo. There it is. Groenewegen. Groenewegen. Right? Groenewegen Dylan. Right? He's impressed me this season. He's a young guy. He's really hungry, big sprinter. Shouldn't have the problem. Should have enough power to get up that little last 500 yards with a 3% slope. He's got a good team around him. The question is whether he can, whether he has enough experience to kind of sprint at the Tour de France yet, right? So the question is whether he will not lose himself somewhere in a, final 5 or a 3K havoc. That's Carnage that's going to be out there. But I think that Groenewegen Dylan will actually take the stage and the yellow jersey. And I'm expecting that they will also win Jumbo, the second stage, so that will, kind of work out for the team. His main contenders usually would be who? Would be Elia Viviani, who did really well in Giro d'Italia. It would be Caleb Ewan, right? Who also did really well in Giro d'Italia. The question is, how much fatigue do they have, right? Groenewegen seems to be fresher because he hasn't done the Giro. But also, I somehow think that the kind of like a last 500-yard slope may bring some of like the second line fast sprinters to the fore, right? I'm specifically thinking the little uphill may bring out Peter Sagan, who will be competing for the sprint finish, right, for the win. I also think somebody like Edward Boasson-Hagen will do pretty well. Michael Matthews might give it a go, right? Another really interesting rider for the sprint would be the CCC guy, Patrick Bevan, right? Who earlier this year, I think in January, won a stage in Australia, right? Sprint finish in Australia. So that's really interesting. Michael Matthews might be competing, right? And the mystery man, Andrew Greipel. Is he competitive? What kind of form he has? I know they're kind of like giving him a chance, right? They've built kind of a team around him, but I have not seen Greipel this season, so it'll be interesting to see where he is in the first sprint. So, my prediction is the young German gun, right? But competing against, I think, stronger sprinters than Caleb Ewan and Elia Viviani. I think he'll compete against Sagan, Edward Boasson-Hagen, Christoph, and perhaps somebody like Michael Matthews. All right, I'll be doing more videos tomorrow. All right, I'll be doing a recap of this stage and a preview of this second stage team time trial. So I'm curious who's going to get the yellow jersey tomorrow. Really excited. If you liked it, like the video, hit like. If you also want to subscribe, you'd be awesome, right? You'd be my first subscriber. So yeah, let's see tomorrow. All right, bye.